How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about USAA credit cards. So for those of you that are USAA members or know someone that is a USAA member, stay tuned. Alright, so USAA has 5 credit cards that you can choose from. 2 of them are reward credit cards. So what that means is that they earn you points through USAA to redeem on flights, travel, gifts, and other things. Those 2 cards are the USAA Rewards American Express card and the USAA Rewards Visa Signature card. So USAA also has 2 cashback cards. One of them is an American Express and one of them is a Visa, just like the reward point cards. And then their last card is also a Visa card, but it doesn't earn you any rewards or cash back. This is mainly a low interest credit card. Here's a quick reminder to go down there and hit the like button and click subscribe along with the alert bell if you haven't already. Alright, so let's start out with the USAA Rewards American Express card. Now this card is a point earning card. So you earn points on this card with every purchase and you can use these points for various things with USAA. So the point redemption rate on this card is 3 points per dollar on dining out, 2 points per dollar on gas and groceries, and 1 point per dollar on everything else. And there is a bonus offer with this card that is 2,500 points after your first purchase with the card, and that's equal to around $25. This card has an APR of about 11 to 27%. I'll get the actual numbers up on the screen. I'll also mention that each of these USAA cards have $0 annual fee, so you don't have to pay anything to hold them. You can just hold on to these cards and use them without any annual fee per year. So since we are starting with one of their point earning cards, I'll just go over USAA reward points just a little bit. So these USAA reward points are worth 1 cent per point on average. So what that means is if you have 50,000 points on your account, the value of those points would be $500. And that goes for any of their points, whether you redeem them for cashback, travel, hotels, gift cards. The average points will all be around 1 cent per point value. And this is why I kind of am skeptical of these USAA credit cards, because the point redemption rate just isn't as high as other credit cards you could get, such as Chase or American Express cards, where the points are worth a lot more in some cases. 1.5 cents per point, 2.0 cents per point plus. So that's one thing I do have a problem with these USAA cards. And I am going to mention the APR rates for each of these cards, but I just wanted to put a disclaimer out that I do not believe you should keep a balance on any of your credit cards. Only spend the money that you can pay off in full every month, and you'll be all good. Your credit score will be high, and you won't be in debt. And I'll also give a quick recommendation on whether or not I think you should get these cards. So for this American Express reward points earning card for USAA, I do not think you should get this card. The only upside to this card is the 3 times points on dining out. And the points you really can't get a lot of value for. There are a lot of other credit cards on the market where they have dining out bonuses 3 times, 4 times, and then you can either cash that in as cash back or go and get a lot of reward value for travel for those points. So I do not think you should get this American Express USAA reward point card. Now we'll move on to the USAA Rewards Visa Signature card. Now, like the American Express Rewards card, this is also a USAA reward points earning card. So this card will get you 2 times points per dollar on gas and dining. It'll also get you 1 times points on all other purchases. Now this card has the same APR as the previous American Express card, and it does have the same sign-up bonus at 2,500 points. Again, there's a $0 annual fee, which is nice. But as with the American Express Rewards card by USAA, I'm not going to recommend you get this Visa Signature Rewards card just because the points you earn on this card don't really get you much value. And the multipliers on this card aren't even as good as the American Express card either. If I were really going for a simple card, I would just get a 2% cashback card and call it a day, where you don't have to deal with these points that don't really get you much. Okay, so we're gonna start talking about USAA's best credit cards. Now that's in my opinion, but I do think they are the best cards that USAA offers. And these are their cashback cards. So these cashback cards will get you varying percentage rates back on anything you buy. All right, so we'll start with their Cashback Rewards Plus American Express credit card. This card will get you 5% cash back on gas station purchases and military-based purchases combined up to $3,000 a year. So they'll only give you 5% back on your first $3,000 you spend in those two categories, and then 1% on everything else once you pass the $3,000. You'll also get 2% cash back on all grocery store purchases, again for the first $3,000, then afterwards you'll get 1% cash back. And then on everything else, you'll get 1% cash back, unlimited on all your purchases. And the APR rate is around 13 to 27%. There's also $0 annual fee, like I said before. Now, in my opinion, this American Express Cashback Rewards card from USAA is probably the best credit card that USAA has to offer because of that 5% cashback earning on military bases and at gas stations. Again, if you do spend more than $3,000 on gas stations or on military bases, then I would go with another card. So you should get your 5% cash back on both of those categories with this card. And then after you do spend that $3,000 in a year, I would then switch over to another card that gets higher earnings, such as the City Double Cash Rewards card, which gets you 2% on all of your purchases no matter what category. So you can see that there are more powerful cards than these USAA cards. So the other cashback rewards card is a preferred Visa signature card from USAA, and this is a simple card. It gets you 1.5% cash back on all your purchases, unlimited throughout the year. If you're a simple person and you do want to stick with USAA banking because they do have great customer service and they care about their customers, this is probably the card for you. You know, for any purchase you'll be making, you'll be getting 1.5% cash back. And that's great. You don't really have to think about it. You can just use this card and really there's no hassle to you. There's also a $0 annual fee and then the same APR rate as the previous card. Now, just to make a quick note, as I said before, there is the City Double Cash along with a few other credit cards that'll get you 2% cash back on all your purchases. So if you're looking to maximize your value, this is definitely not the card for you. Okay, and last and probably least, we have USAA's Rate Advantage Visa Platinum card. This card has no rewards, no cashback whatsoever. The positive, well, I say positive of this card is that it could offer you a low APR rate. So I believe the lowest end APR rate on this card is about 8%, and then the highest goes up into the 20s. Now, this card is really only a decent card if you somehow plan on putting a balance on this card. If you have a huge purchase that you can't afford, but you need to make, this could be the card for you. But as I said before, you should only be using your credit cards to pay for things you know you can afford and pay them down in full every month. Do not give the banks any more money than they should have. Okay, so that was a quick overview of all of USAA's credit cards. Let's just do a brief breakdown of which ones I recommend and don't recommend. So first, we have both of the point earning cards. So that is the Visa and the American Express USAA reward point cards. I really do not recommend either of those cards. There are much better cards on the market that you could get, and I'll definitely make videos to show you why this is the case. And I already have some videos out about some cards that you possibly could be getting a lot more value than these cards with. Then we have both the American Express and Visa cashback cards from USAA. Now, the American Express has a decent value if you do go to military bases and go to gas stations to buy stuff, but that's only for the first $3,000. So I do believe that card has great value if you do make those purchases. And then there's also that simple card where you get 1.5% cash back on everything. That's their Visa cashback rewards card. And that's just a nice simple card. And I do recommend it if you're simple and do want to stay with USAA for your banking and credit. Then there's the last card I went over, the USAA low rate card. I don't believe you should get this card. I would just put a big X through it. Don't even consider this card. If you're gonna have debt on credit cards, try to get a 0% card for like 15 months. You can open those up. This is not the card for you or anyone. Okay, so that was my review of every single USAA credit card. If you guys have any comments or questions, feel free to put them down below and I'll address them. And I do think I am going to make a future video of how you can actually redeem your USAA points. I'm gonna actually go onto the portal and show you what you can get with those points and why they are worth only about 1 cent per point. Have a great one, everybody, and remember to subscribe to see my next video.